Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of BurlyFishing and another unboxing on the channel. Today, we're unboxing this bad mamma jamma right here. So this is the Mystery Tackle Box Elite Box. You guys know, I love to compare these to the Monster Bass Regional Box, a company for which I am an ambassador for. But I try to unbox these and other boxes in a very unbiased way. I want to let the baits talk for themselves. So we're just going to go through the baits in the box. I want you guys to tell me in the comments below what you think is your favorite bait, your least favorite bait, and whether or not you think this box is up to snuff, especially compared to the other boxes we open on the channel. So think 6 Cents, Monster Bass, and even Warrior Tackle Supply this month. I don't know, in the running. But we're going to crack this bad boy open here in just a second. If this is your first time stopping by the channel, or you've been watching, you know, you're just hanging out by the side and you're like, I don't want to subscribe yet. I don't want to commit to BurlyFishing just yet. Please consider subscribing. We got a lot of stuff going on. We got a giveaway going every single month. So stay tuned for that video at the end of the month where we bring back all the subscription boxes I get, 6 Cents, Warrior Tackle Supply, Monster Bass, and Mystery Tackle Box. And we compare them head to head after I've been able to unbox and then fish them. So I can give you my very honest review on how these baits work, whether or not they catch fish, what the action's like, all that good stuff. And on that video, if you help me get that to 1,000 likes, I'll be picking one random commenter to win a lure lock box filled with 8 of the baits from these boxes, as well as 3 bags of plastics from my wall, unused plastics only. I'll give you all the good stuff. Smash the like button on this video and ring that notification bell. Hey, let's get to this unboxing. Let's do it. What do we got? I'm scared. Okay, so we got our insert here, little tips, little tricks, little fishing slang. Okay, we got a detail on prop baits. Maybe we get a prop bait, a little spy bait in here, something like that. Could be cool. All right, so we're just grabbing stuff and we're rolling. Ready? First thing, a live target bait ball. Okay, so live target bait ball, if you guys are not familiar, is a lipless bait that looks like maybe a bunch of little shad, a bunch of little bait fish, little tiny guys, little baby boys. Okay, so we got it in like this gold shiner type colorway here. A good heavy rattle to it. No idea what the weight, oh, here it is. 5/8 of an ounce. Gold black noir is the color. I mean, it's got sort of a 3D design to it with those little fishies in there. I think it's gonna have a good flash to it. Not bad. I mean, definitely not a bad lipless bait. Full disclosure, I see these on clearance at Dick's Sporting Goods all the time. I don't know about you guys. Maybe not this color, but I see them there. Still, I think it's a decent bait to have, especially if you see like all the bait fish popping. If you're just rolling over bait fish, they're schooling up everywhere. You know bass are going to be feeding on that. Bass, pike, whatever predators are in your body of water. So if you see that, sometimes what you can do is just take one of these. I usually do like this or a jerk bait or something. And you just pop it right through that school. Get this thing twitching, get some action. You might snag a bass that way. So I mean, kind of cheat codes, solid bait to throw. We're gonna roll with the punches, folks. I don't know if this is gonna be a very good box. Stay tuned. Okay, so next up we have a Northland tackle. This is like a little shiner bait. So it's a live forage looking swim bait. Interesting. Yep, so this is it's supposed to be a silver shiner. So it's supposed to look pretty realistic. You guys in pressured waters, you fish live baits, making the switch to artificials, maybe you throw something like this. So it's like, I mean, it's gonna be like a decent heavy duty plastic. I think it's even got like some foil in there. It looks like you're getting some good flash with that, right? You got your top hook in case they munch right over top. And then you got this little treble hook that you can have inserted in the bottom there so it doesn't get snagged as easily. A little extra hook to improve your hookup ratio. It's got a pretty big mega paddle off the back, so it's probably got some decent action. I don't know, no weight listed on it. Maybe a little less than ½ an ounce, somewhere around that. So it's gonna swim down a little bit in the water column. I don't know about you guys, I don't throw baits like these very often at all. I know my boy Paul, co-host of the BurlyFishing podcast, go subscribe. I know he throws stuff like this because he's an old man fisherman. Northland Tackle is like probably one of his favorite companies, whatever. Not my style of fishing. Okay, next up, man, the super banana curve. So we got another Bill Lewis. Bill Lewis was in the box last month as well. These are the rattle trap guys. This one's called the Stutter Step. I've never seen it. which tells me if I say I've never seen it, you guys are gonna be like, what, you've never seen it? I fish that bait all the time. Sorry. So I've never seen this one. Dude, what the heck? Okay, so it's a topwater bait, cool. It's got mustad hooks, rad. Color is chrome blue herring. Got a super heavy thud style rattle to it, but check it out. So we got chrome, there's like some purple and blue up on top, some chartreuse there. And I mean, it looks like a topwater walking bait, but it's got this crazy curvature to it, right? And then we've got this boot tail. Guy coming off the back. So what I imagine, and of course we're gonna fish this, so we're gonna see kind of dog days of summer here, hopefully getting those last of the month topwater bites. I can tell you, if you guys saw my attempt at the slam, the on the water review for the monster bass box, we did have a topwater walking bait. I went to a decent topwater lake. I had zero luck on that bait. Everything else we caught fish on. A little bit concerned for this one because of that, we'll see. But I'm imagining that this kind of like walks and then this little tail like gets it to pop out of the water a little bit as you're walking it. I don't know, we're gonna see what it does. I mean, look at the eyes on that though. Eyes look pretty sweet. Hook tie's a little low, so it's gonna cause it to move through the water kind of like that, I think. Hooks, I mean, they're mustad hooks, they're gonna be decent, color's decent. I don't know, man. I love topwater, so I hope it works. I would love to have a topwater blow up, am I right? Next up, and then things get interesting. So that's, so far we've got 3 body baits. So it's an elite box. We're supposed to get 8 baits in the box. Value should be like $50+. The cost of the box is $40. It's $39.99. Keep that in mind when you guys are saying, is this box up to snuff? Is this a good box? Is this a bad box? Is this box the better box versus the other boxes that we talk about this month? Because it has to meet that value quota. This is the most expensive box I get by $4 or $5. So keep that in mind too. Next up, we got this Weston Swim. It's a hollow body Fire Tiger hollow body bait with a skirt that looks like a fish. I've never seen this one. I've seen all sorts of wacky doodle stuff from good old Weston here. So back of the box says that this is gonna produce nonstop action, which is, you know, we'll see. But we've got this like Fire Tiger color, bright orange belly. It's a hollow body bait. We got the old frog hook up here, which I think I'm gonna have to bend these hooks out. They like come down. It's gonna make hooking up a little bit harder. So I might pull these hooks out a little bit. We're gonna see how that goes. We got a singular skirt going back here with a little yellow and green, very interesting colors. Really interesting color for a topwater bait, to be honest. Just these hooks, the hook angle, does that not look weird to you guys? Is that just weird to me? Like they're going straight down? Even though like the little hook indents, the little hook spots there kind of go straight up. Is it bent? I don't know. I'm gonna bend these hooks a little bit. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's gonna hurt for hookups. At any rate, on the box, it does say that you can fish this subsurface a little bit. So kind of like pop it across the top like you would a frog, keep it moving. And then it says if you give it like a harder jerk, it's gonna go under. You can get it subsurface, and then as you jerk, it might give you a little bit of that slashing action like a swim bait. So what they're going for is combining a swim bait with a hollow body bait, which will be interesting. I'm really interested to see what this looks like on top of the water. This is gonna narrow down the selection of lakes that I can go to try and catch something on this. Okay, so we got that. Here's the deal though. Those 4 baits in, we're done with everything but plastics. There are 4 bags of plastics in this box. So, without further ado, is it 4? Yeah, there's 4 bags of plastics. That's a lot of plastics, I'm gonna say right there. We do have a sticker. This is an old sticker. I already have this one, so it's a little repeat, but that's fine. Got enough stickers, let's be real. Okay, so we got 4 bags of plastics in no particular order here. We'll start with what I think is gonna be my favorite and work our way down. We've got right at the top, Z-Man turd minnows. You guys know I'm a big Z-Man advocate. I love me some Z-Man. I've never seen or used this one, but it is a turd, TRD, the real deal. So you know what this is going on. It's designed to be on like a Ned head or a shaky head or a drop shot. So it gives us some pretty good options. The good news with this box right here is we do have some variability with the water column. So I can fish this off the bottom while I have to fish something like this way up on top, but I can mix things up depending on what the fish are doing that day. That leads me to be hopeful that I can catch some fish on at least half of these baits, right? At least these plastics I can get done, right? Because we can rig them however we want. But yeah, check out this Z-Man minnows. So we got like these little flanges at the top. The front part is just a little bit fatter. This is green pumpkin color, obviously, if you guys can see that. You've got this like short paddle tail on the end. That's interesting. But that tail gets like a decent amount of action. So, you know, compared to the finesse turd that I usually fish in copper truce, not a bad color. This is a little bit longer, and then you got this tapered tail, so it's gonna have more action underwater. So that may entice some more bass. And at the very least, it's gonna be basically an invincible drop shot rig because it's an Elastec plastic. If you guys aren't familiar with Elastec plastic, let me show you here. That's what they do. So this rig to a drop shot, you're not losing your bait every other fish, or every fish sometimes. Neato, gang. Oh, by the way, it is at least a normal size bag. You get 8 in the bag. Z-Mans, you normally get 8, depending on the bait that you're getting. So not a sample size, that is good. We've got an X Zone. You guys tell me, does X Zone normally come with 10 or 8? This is 8 in this pack, but we've got a stick worm, which is great. So we can wacky rig this. We can probably Nico rig this, I think is gonna do well. The bodies of water I'm gonna hit, we might Nico this. Decent color, this is the red bug. I actually have an 11-inch worm that they make from X Zone in this exact same color. It's a decent color. And I mean, the fish are eating these worms right now, and the rigging options for this are basically endless. So again, that's the X Zone, what is it called? The True Center stick. So the X Zone True Center. All your Senkos have like this little smooth section right there, but that's obviously not the center. This one has a new little smooth section right there, which I'm assuming, oh, look at it. That's our true center. So if you're throwing bands on this to wacky rig, Nico rig, whatever, or if you're just hooking through it, then you know that is where you should be throwing that hook. And that'll give your plastic a much better presentation every single time. Next up, we got, looks like a 6-pack of some Lucky John. It's one of those Catch Co brands, the Tiaga. It's a little paddle tail, little guy, salted up. This thing is smells tasty. Smells like, you guys ever go to like the Asian market and you get the shrimp chips? It smells like that. These are stanky, strong mackerel scent. There you go. So it's 3.4-inch plastic. Just looking for the color here. Color is Nagoya shrimp. It's like watermelon, the little like more vibrant green, and almost even like some more red tinge to the tail, which is interesting. Again, we've got paddle tail plastic. It's got some ribbing down the back there, so I'm assuming that's going to give it a little more action. I like the length. This is something that we could fish on a drop shot. Looks like it's got a reinforced head section here, so you could, you know, nose hook it, or even probably throw a small, like a 1/0 shorter EWG and just rig this weedless on drop shot. That would probably kill it. That's probably what I'll do, actually. Or we just throw it on a jig head. You know, just throw it on a jig head, fish it around. Good search bait. No, nothing wrong with that. Okay, 4th plastic here. Whew. So this one is actually interesting. I've heard about this one. I've seen a few people fish this one. I've never fished it. So it's by Stanley Jigs. It's like a combo effort here. We got Stanley Jigs hooking up with Hale Lure Co. to create what is called the Mud Puppy. Let me show you guys why this thing is heckin' crazy. Color here. So we get 5 of these. So it's, I don't know if that's normal. It's kind of a bigger bait. That might be a normal amount that you get in these. No name on the color. That's fine. No idea what they call the color, but it's like a black and blue, where the top is like a neon section and the bottom is like this black section. So interesting thing about this, I think you guys can notice right away, is it's got this crazy like bug head section, and these paddles detach. So you're gonna get some added action from these bad boys right here. Not sure what these little, it's like a little eyeball there. So, I mean, looking at this thing, it looks like wacky, right? Kind of crazy. But obviously what you've got here is like this Senko worm, like a big fat 5-inch Senko worm there. And at the front end, you've got like this head that could detach and become a jig trailer. And this could detach and become, you know, just a Senko. You fish however you want to fish your Senkos, right? Or you could rig this thing as is and fish it kind of like a creature bait, almost like a lizard, a snake even. So like Texas rig it, Carolina rig it, or something like that. It could go weightless, it's kind of heavy. But you can see that it's got these guys going these down? Yeah, so this is like the top, right? So they want the bright color on the bottom. That's just how they're recommending it there. Very interesting bait, and one that I believe would have some added durability in the fact that if it breaks at the narrowest point here, that taper point, that I've now just got a Senko and a creature bait, and I can just go ahead and rig this. So it's one bait rigged maybe 55 different ways. Like I said, I'm intrigued. This is something I haven't ever fished before. I've seen some people fish it. Don't know how successful they've been on it, but heck, it's an interesting bait. You guys know how I feel about like novelty and unique baits. I mean, I'll throw it. I'll try it. Holy cow, you guys. What the heck happened to this box? Hang on. Is this a value card? This is a value. I have a value card. Some of you guys like to see that. There's your value card. You got the price of each bait running down there. So let's run through this real quick. We got that live target bait ball. They're saying that's $14.49. Dick's Sporting Goods clearance says otherwise, but still a decent bait. Good bait to have. Weston Hollow Body Swim. They're saying that's $11.99. We got that Bill Lewis Stutter Step. They're saying that's $10.99. That Northland Live Forage Shiner. They're saying that's $4.99. Don't ever put this just straight into your cardboard boxes if you guys are taking this box out to do a slam or something. This type of plastic, it like gets stuck to the box. I've made that mistake before. Just heads up. Keep it in original packaging or throw it in a tackle box. Stanley Jigs Mud Puppy, $5.76. Very, very unique price point. The X-Zone True Center Sticks, those are $4.99. Z-Man Turd Minnows, $4.49. And then that Lucky John Tioga, that shrimp paddle tail, shrimpy smelly paddle tail, $3.99. Yeah, they're saying the value is about 60 bucks. So I mean, you spend 40 bucks, you get a value of 60 bucks. Okay, cool. I don't know if it's 60 bucks. Like, I don't know if I agree with all those price points, but at the end of the day, I know that we're gonna catch some fish from the baits in this box. That's, I mean, guaranteed. We got so many plastics, we don't know what to do with them. But, you know, that makes it all the more easy to fish them, check them out. We do have some new baits that I'm excited to fish. That is one key factor I look for in these boxes. But it does feel like this box is just kind of like hodgepodge together. We got a plethora of plastics, not something I'm usually psyched about getting in these boxes. 2 bags, I'm good with. 3 bags, you're pushing it. 4 bags of plastics, that's a lot. That's 50% of the baits in this box. I mean, just every fisherman can agree with me. If you guys have been fishing for more than a year, you got too many plastics to deal with. That's not why we get these boxes. That said, I've also got this lure, which is just not my style of fishing. Not stoked about. We've got a clearance bin lure in there. We've got a pretty weird hollow body lure in there. And then we got that Bill Lewis lure. So, you know, scale of excitement for me is like a 4 to 5 on this box, like out of 10. Not super stoked about it. Fishability of this box, probably like a 7. I mean, it's definitely fishable. All those things will catch fish. But as you guys know, the reason I get these boxes is like, 1, try new things, sure. That's like to an extent novelty. 2, I want to fish new styles that I'm not comfortable with. Then, of course, I want to catch fish. You know, a key factor here is we catch fish. I think I can still pull this off. I think I can. I know I can. Be positive, Jeff. Be positive. It's going to be fine. We're going to make this thing happen. The whole point of the on the water review for you guys and for myself is to see how these baits work. I want to test the action. I want to learn how to rig it up. I want to try to identify specific areas where you should fish it to get higher production of bass. You know, I want to learn about these things and I want to share that with you guys. So hopefully you guys are enjoying those as well. Hopefully you enjoyed today's unboxing. Again, be sure to subscribe if you haven't yet. There is a giveaway at the end of the month. In fact, the end of the month is this week. So as of the posting of this video, Friday will be the big comparison. I have all the boxes. I've opened them all. So stay tuned for this Friday. We'll be dropping that comparison video. You need to help me get that to 1,000 likes. So be sure to share it with your fishing friends. Smash the like button yourself. Ring that notification bell so you know when that video is coming up. And like this video as well to be a cool fishing person. That's all. That's all I asked for. At any rate, guys, you guys have been awesome. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you all very, very much. Stay tuned for the on the water review of this box, Mystery Tackle Box Elite, for August 2020. I don't know if I said that anywhere in this video. and we will see you guys out on the water.